virtual reality, augmented reality, or spatial computing, according to Apple. Whatever you want to call it. It's these plastic boxes you strap on your face and you start seeing things like you just went on one of Boogie's spiritual journeys.
I think I died last night.
If you gave one of these to someone before the year 2000, they'd either have an aneurysm or burn you for being a witch. Now, whether you're an OG like me rocking the Hulk VR 3D or you just got into it with the Apple Vision Pro, you're probably aware that their end goal is to have these replace phones and have everyone wearing them 24/7. So today, I'm going to see if the technology's ready for that. I actually got this for free, but more on that later. I guess all that's left is to put it on. The first thing I did was play some Assassin's Creed. It's kind of the perfect game for this, seeing how the story is about someone going into VR. This game is pretty much the same as any other Assassin's Creed game. You're running around, parkouring, assassinating people, and doing stealth missions, which are kind of annoying in it. I feel so cool. I wonder if it looks that way, though. Not long into playing it, though, I ran into my first problem. My forehead started hurting pretty bad. I was worried I was going to get a headache, which would not be fun for a full day. But after checking it out, I discovered the headset was just absolutely destroying my forehead. Jeez. I did some Googling and discovered a Reddit thread that said just putting on a hat backwards would help a lot, but I only had this hat, which is sick, but the back strap is plastic, so probably wouldn't be the most comfortable. So I just went with a beanie instead. Now that I didn't feel like my head was about to explode, I decided to be at least a bit productive and get some work done working on the thumbnail for this video. Jesus Christ, I'm ugly. It was around this time that the headset started to die, so I had to get the charger plugged in. The only problem is that the charger is very short, so I couldn't really move around too much while using it. Bro, this is shorter than mine. Since the charger basically had me stun locked, I figured might as well do something where I don't have to move and watch the movie. I got this app called Big Screen, and it just puts you in a massive movie theater with a bunch of other people. Obviously, I can't show much of it, but someone was streaming some 3D movies, and they looked sick. After watching the movie, I decided to be productive again and did some laundry. I gotta say, this headset is a game changer for this. I just had a massive screen up watching some YouTube while I folded my clothes. I was getting tired, so I decided to go to bed. Honestly, I was really looking forward to giving my eyes some rest after getting blasted by screens for the past 6 hours. It took some adjustment getting a good sleeping position, but I eventually fell asleep. I don't know what's going on there. Usually the first thing I do in the morning is grab my phone, but today I didn't need to. I got the any percent world record of eye to screen time. Pretty sick. Gotta say though, when I woke up, my eyes did not feel great and the sleep was not the best. But other than that and a little bit of a headache, it wasn't that bad. Next, it was time for breakfast. I went with yogurt because I thought maybe eating with a spoon would be easier. That was not the case. It was like surgery trying to not smother my headset in yogurt. I just realized this is the only time I ate during the whole 24 hours. I didn't even refill this water bottle, which was half ice. I don't know why I didn't get hungry or thirsty, but I'm glad I didn't do this any longer than I did. I didn't really do too much throughout the day. I just kind of watched stuff while the headset was charging and then played games whenever it wasn't. Some of the highlights were games called Population 1, Ghost of Tabor, I don't know if I'm saying that right, X8, and No Man's Sky. Honestly, most of the fun games are just kind of VR versions of popular games. I guess it's not really surprising. First game, Population 1, it's basically Fortnite. Your battle royale, run around. You can build, but it's not really worth it in my opinion. The only downside I found is that there's no solo mode, and most of the player base is children, so prepare your ears.
Why are you not talking?
Ghost of Tabor. It's kind of like Escape from Tarkov. It's an extraction shooter. You go in, loot stuff, and try and get out without dying. I actually really enjoyed this game. The stakes are really high. At any point, someone could sneak up on you, shoot you, and you lost everything. The system is very similar to RuneScape's PvP, which had a chokehold on me most of my life, so that's probably why. X8, it's like Valorant. You pick a hero, 5v5, search and destroy. Only complaints with it is there's no ranked mode, so I don't really feel like I'm progressing at all.
Let me in. Let me in.
And then using your abilities, you have to do like a little mini game where you're like a wizard casting a spell basically. It's fun at first, but in the middle of a firefight, very annoying. No Man's Sky. You've probably all heard it. It's kind of one of the biggest redemption arcs in gaming history, but the VR in it is where it really shines for me. Aside from Hulk VR 3D, which I did actually have, it's an absolute gem. This is the first VR game I ever played. and it made me fall in love with it instantly. I actually ordered my Oculus the next day after playing this. There's just something so magical about flying around in a spaceship, looking out at the stars and planets. I could do this for hours, and I did. I think the main thing that kept me sane throughout the day, though, was the new feature with Quest 3, the AR or spatial computing, whatever. This seems to be the new push in the industry. It's basically just having stuff show up in your real surroundings and really blend the virtual and real world. The apps out for it right now aren't really the most impressive. There's a Lego building game and some that just kind of spawn enemies in your room that you fight. But being able to look around my room and it not look like some fishbowl cam from 1976 helped a ton, even though it's still not the best quality. I was feeling cooped up and wanting to get outside, so I decided to go for a drive. Man, this GTA port is so realistic. Somehow my car broke, I don't know, so I decided to go back to the games. Earlier I said I got this headset for free. I actually got it from a giveaway in this game called Banter, so I figured I might as well play it a little bit. This game is kind of like VR chat, but you can swing around like Spider-Man, so it's automatically 10 times better. If you don't know VR chat, I guess the closest thing is Roblox. People just kind of make worlds and you go to them and play on them. It's kind of fun. My only problem is it's a social game where the whole point is to kind of meet people and talk to them, and I'm afraid of people. So I mainly just did this maze, some parkour maps, and swung around until I got sick. There was also this one that was kind of like an art gallery, but it was all AI generated, and you could switch what it was by just talking into this thing. Big fat throbbing. The character customization wasn't really the best, but you could be this foot guy, so what else do you need? The last thing I had to do today was go down and walk my neighbor's dog. Meta says not to take the headset outside, but from what I've seen, it's mainly if it gets into where your eyes look, so if I had it on the whole time, it wasn't too big of a deal, but still wouldn't advise it. This is Mika. As you can see, she seems a bit confused as to why my face is turned into a giant white brick. Here's how she normally greets me.
Hey, Mika. Hey.
But once I got out the leash, she was willing to just go along with it. I went out the back door because, again, I'm scared of people. The walk was pretty normal, what it usually is, but I don't want to dox myself, so I'm not going to show it. Sorry. After the walk, it was time to give Mika a treat, but I'm going to hold it ransom until you like and subscribe. Thank you for your sacrifice. After going on a walk and getting a treat, she started trusting the new cyborg overlord a bit and started investigating what was on my face. Finally, time to take off the headset, and I was so excited for it. Taking it off almost felt like getting glasses for the first time all over again. I'd gotten so used to how the world looked in the headset, and when I took it off, it was like going from 360p to 4K. The amount of details I had forgotten were there was crazy. It also gave my eyes some much needed relief. This technology is crazy, and I think it'll only get better, but for now, I think I'm just going to stick to using it for short periods of time. Thanks for watching.